Hare Krishna. We are at this very special place called Shri Remuna Dham. Shri Remuna Dham ki, Kshirachora Gopinath ki, Shri Shri Sita Ramachandra Bhagwan ki. Remuna, this place is very special. It is associated with Lord Ramachandra, connected with Treta Yuga pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. We all know Lord Ramachandra, in order to keep the word of honor of his father, he went to exile for 14 years. And following Ramachandra, like his shadow, was Mother Sita and Lakshmana. Lakshmana is an epitome of selfless service. And Lord Ramachandra, along with Mother Sita and Lakshmana, they lived in the forest for how many years? 14 years. We all know this. They came to a place called Chitrakoot. When we have visited Ayodhya Dham, we have also visited Chitrakoot. Chitrakoot, there is a mountain, and there Lord Ramachandra lived for some days until Bharat came, took his padukas and went back to Ayodhya. We know that. The Bharat Milap, that place happened, that is in Chitrakoot. So, when Lord Ramachandra was living in Chitrakoot mountain along with Mother Sita and Lakshmana, one day there was a huge thunderstorm. There was heavy rains during the monsoon. And because of this heavy rains, the cows from the ashrams of the great sages, they began to flee here and there. They started moving everywhere. They started running. Who started running? The cows. And when Lord Ramachandra saw so many cows running here and there, immediately Ramachandra told Mother Sita, he said, by seeing these many cows, I am remembering my pastimes of Dwapara Yuga. In Dwapara Yuga, I will be appearing as a cowherd boy, and I will be every day grazing so many cows, taking them to the Vrindavan forests, and I will be known as Gopala, and I will be known as the protector of all the cows. When I see so many cows like this, I am remembering my Gopala pastimes in Vrindavan in Dwapara Yuga. When Mother Sita heard this, she expressed her eagerness. She wanted to know about Krishna's pastimes in Dwapara Yuga. And Lord Ramachandra said, just give me 1 week time. With the help of my arrow, the sharp arrow, I am going to make sketches of the entire Dwapara Yuga pastimes on a stone slab. I am going to etch them. I am going to engrave all the Dwapara Yuga pastimes on a black stone within 1 week time with the tip of my bow. Not arrow, sorry. With the tip of my bow. So, Mother Sita said, okay, 1 week, okay, I will wait. So she was extremely curious. 4 days passed by. Lord Ramachandra was every day engraving different details of the Dwapara pastimes. On the 4th day, Lord Ramachandra was requested by Mother Sita, I cannot wait anymore. I want to immediately see whatever you have carved. I want to see. Please show me the inscription of the pastimes. In order to please Mother Sita, Lord Ramachandra showed his incomplete drawings of the pastimes of Dwapara Yuga. Although the sketch was incomplete, one particular deity of Krishna, Sri Gopala deity, was fully manifested. This Gopala deity, he was smiling, he was standing in Tribhanga position, and he was surrounded by his intimate associates. So the Gopala deity was surrounded by 8 intimate gopis, 4 sakhas, the gopas of Krishna, 12 cows, and on his right there were Baladeva and Mushtika, who were combating against each other in a fight. And on his left there was Krishna and Chanura. They were actually fighting, wrestling match. And in the middle there was a jambu fruit which was carved. On top of the jambu fruit, Ananta Shesha, the bed of Ananta, was carved. All these were carved by the tip of Lord Ramachandra's bow, Kodanda bow. With that tip he carved all these things. When Mother Janaki saw this amazing depiction, she became very joyful. She became very happy. And especially she was attracted to the form of Gopala, which was carved by Lord Ramachandra. And Mother Sita said, I want to worship this form of Gopala. I want to worship. So she started gathering the fruits and flowers in the forest, and she was ready to worship Lord Gopala. You know, Gopala Chudamani. We chanted this prayer yesterday in Sakshi Gopal. Gopala is very, very beautiful. He is holding a flute and he is decorated with various kinds of ornaments, and there is a special nose ring at the tip of his nose, and with a smile on his face he is playing his flute. He is also herding the cows, so he is the crest jewel among all the cow herds. This beautiful form attracted Mother Sita so much that she wanted to every day worship that form of the Lord. So meanwhile, when she was ready to get worship, when she expressed her desire to worship Gopala, there was a disturbance created by some demons in the forest, in the ashrama of Atri Rishi. You know Atri, about Atri it is mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Atri was a great sage. He performed tapasya. By the power of his tapasya, the 3 devas became the sons of Atri and Anasuya. You know, Lord Vishnu appeared as Dattatreya, and Brahma appeared in his Amsha as Soma, moon god, and Shiva appeared in his Amsha as Durvasa Rishi. Like this, Atri Rishi is very, very celebrated as the son, as the father of Dattatreya. So in the ashram of that Atri Rishi, there was a disturbance created by the asuras in the forest, and we know Lord Ramachandra is what? Sharanagata Vatsala. He had actually promised all the sages that as long as I am there in this Dandaka forest or in this forest, no demons can disturb any saintly people. He had promised them, he had given them Abhaya. So as soon as Lord Ramachandra came to know Asuras are disturbing Atri Ashrama, immediately he went there along with Mother Sita and Lakshmi Devi, Mother Sita and Lakshmana, in order to protect the sage Atri and all the sages in the ashrama against the demons. So this deity was left there only in Chitrakoot. The Gopala deity was left behind in Chitrakoot. So when Lord Ramachandra went, that time Lord Brahma came and he took over the worship of the Gopala deity. Okay, so Lord Brahma worshipped that deity, took care of that Gopala deity for the rest of the Treta Yuga, and for the whole of Dwapar Yuga he was worshipping, and for the first few 100 years of Kali Yuga also Lord Brahma continued to worship the Gopala deity, which was personally carved by the bow tip of Lord Ramachandra. Right? When Lord Ramachandra, now fast forward, the story goes forward in the Ramayana. We know 14 years exile almost getting over, and Mother Sita was kidnapped by Ravana. Lord Ramachandra, with the help of Sugriva, Hanumanji and the monkey troop, he created a bridge across the ocean. They went to the other side of the ocean. There was a fight between Rama and Ravana. Finally, Ravana was killed by Ramachandra, and in Pushpaka Vimana, Lord Ramachandra came back along with his associates back to Ayodhya Dham. When he was returning from Lanka after killing Ravana, at that time, it is said, Mother Sita and Lord Ramachandra lived in a place in the present day city called Remuna for some days. So they returned, they stayed here for some time. In which place? In Remuna. So why? Because it was Sita Devi's wish. She wanted to stay here for some time. Lord Ramachandra fulfilled that desire. So after coming here, Mother Sita expressed a desire, "O Lord Ramachandra, I want to take bath in the Ganga river." But in Remuna there is no Ganga river that time. So Lord Ramachandra, he used his 7 arrows. With 7 arrows, he attracted the Ganga to this place. And since he used the 7 arrows to attract Ganga to this place, Ganga became famous as Sapta Shara. Shara means arrow, Sapta means 7. So Sapta Shara river, or in local language it is called Sata Shonya. Sata Shonya. So here we can see even today during the monsoon season, this basin of Saptashara river becomes fully filled, and because of the rain. And on the banks of the Saptashara river there is a temple of Lord Shiva established by Banasura. We know Banasura, he is the grandson of Prahalad Maharaj, great grandson of Prahalad Maharaj. Prahalad Maharaja's son is Virochana. Virochana's son is Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaja's son is Banasura. So great grandson of Prahalad Maharaj is Banasura. He was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. About him you will find in the Krishna book also. So this Banasura came here and worshipped Lord Shiva on the banks of the Saptashara river. There is also a temple of the village goddess called Chandi Devi, an expansion of Parvati, Mother Parvati. So, since Lord Ramachandra enjoyed his pastimes here, enjoying Rama, what is the meaning of Rama? Swayam Ramati Anyan Ramayati iti Rama. One who is always blissful and one who also gives bliss to others. He is called Rama. So Rama performed Ramana here. Ramana means he was enjoying his pastimes here. And this place, because Rama experienced Ramana, enjoyment here, this place came to be known as Remuna. Ramana later became Remuna. And this place is also called Ramana because it is very Ramaniya. Ramaniya means very beautiful, very enchanting. Therefore, this place got to be known as Remuna. So this is the history of this place, Remuna, how this place got this name. It is very interesting. Every place you go in Bharatavarsha, there will be some pastime like this. Why that place got this name? There will be some history. So this Remuna is connected with Rama, Ramachandra, Ramana. Now, many years passed by. Many kings ruled this place. There was one king of the Ganga dynasty in Kali Yuga, in the modern age. His name was King Langula Narasimhadeva. He, along with his queen, they were traveling to different holy places. And during their journey, they came to Chitrakuta mountain. Chitrakuta mountain, where Lord Ramachandra had manifested the deity of Gopala, and that was being worshipped by Lord Brahma, right? So this Langula Narasimhadeva, king of the Ganga dynasty, along with his wife, visited which place? Chitrakuta. There he saw what deity? Gopala deity. Gopala deity was there, and flowers were being offered to the Gopala deity. Flowers were there on the deity. It was clearly visible that somebody is worshipping this deity regularly. But he searched everywhere in the neighborhood. He could not find anybody. He could not find any worshipper. Generally, the priests will be living with their family members near the deity, near the temple. But he could not find any priest, any worshipper, so he was surprised. So actually there was no human worshipper. Lord Brahma himself was worshipping. Every day he would come, worship and go back to his abode. That's why he could not find any worshipper near to the deity. So the deity was so attractive, and he also found nobody is there to take care. So the king and the wife decided that let us take this deity to Neelachala Dham, Jagannath Puri. So they decided to take this deity and worship in Jagannath Puri. So that night, when the king was sleeping, in his dream, that same deity of Gopala appeared in his dream and said, "My name is Madana Gopala, and you have desired to take me to Neelachala. Yes, I am willing to go with you to Neelachala." Just imagine the kings during that time, they were so pious, so pure in character, they were so great devotees that the Lord was appearing in their dream. Isn't it? We saw yesterday in Sakshi Gopal also, when the queen wanted to offer nose ring to Sakshi Gopal, the Lord appeared in her dream and said, "Yes, I want to accept your service." That means they were not ordinary people. That means even until Kali Yuga began, in the first few hundred years, there was so much of bhakti, dharma prevailing that people were able to get reciprocations of the deities. Of course, now it is less because people are becoming more adharmic. They are forgetting bhakti. Therefore, the Lord will not reciprocate. The Lord will reciprocate only with those who have genuine feelings of love and devotion for Him. So, this Lord appeared, he said, "What is my name? My name is Madana Gopal, and I am very happy that you want to take care of me. I am ready to go with you to Neelachala Dham, Jagannath Puri." So, in this way, the king got double confirmation. His desire plus Lord also said, "Yes, I am willing to come with you." So, they were ready now. They proceeded towards Neelachal Dham from Chitrakoot. Where is Chitrakoot? UP. Chitrakoot is in MP. And from MP to Odisha, interstate travel. Okay, of course that time it was all one kingdom probably. So when the deity was being taken from Chitrakoot to Neelachal Dham, on the way they halted in this place, Remuna. And at that time in Remuna, there were huge number of cows. So many cows, cowherds community was staying here. There was huge supply of milk, curds, butter and ghee. And our Gopala is a butter thief. He likes cow milk, butter, ghee, all these things. So this deity of Madan Gopal, when he arrived here on Remuna, he was very, very pleased, seeing that there is so much cow products, milk and all these things. The butter thief, he decided to stay here. He said, "I will live here only. I don't want to come to Jagannath Puri. I will be here only in Remuna." So the cowherd residents of Remuna, they began to glorify Madan Gopal, and they started offering all their milk, yogurt, ghee, butter in worship of Madan Gopal. So the king, out of affection, he named this Madan Gopal as Jai Gopal. So you are Jai Gopal, all glories to you. And the queen also gave one name. Just like when a child is born, parents give name to the child out of affection, out of love, and they may give some official name according to horoscope, but within the house they will have some other name to call. Isn't it? Some pet name will be there. Isn't it? So just like that, this king and queen, what is the name of the king? Langula Narasimha Deva of Ganga dynasty and his queen. They were so much loving this Gopala deity. King gave one name Jai Gopal and the queen gave the name Gopinath. This deity is Gopinath because the deity is also surrounded by 8 principal gopis in that original carving that Ramachandra made. Therefore, she gave the name Sri Gopinath. So it is said, in the month of Phalguna, full moon day, that is Gaura Purnima day, this was much before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Okay, so that day the king and the queen installed the deity of Sri Gopinath here in Remuna Dham. And that day, when in Remuna they installed this Gopinath deity, that day is marked as the beginning day in the Utkala calendar. Utkala, just like we have Gaudiya Vaishnava calendar which begins from Gaura Purnima day. Like that in Utkala means Orissa. Utkala calendar, the first day of their year is the day on which Gopinath deity was installed in Remuna Dham. That means so much speciality is associated with this deity. So this is how the deity appeared here. Now, after many hundreds of years, this deity of Gopinath performed another very special pastime with his devotee, because of which he got this name Kshira Chora Gopinath. So what is that pastime? We will discuss about that. There was a great devotee called as Srila Madhavendra Puri. What is his name? Madhavendra Puri. So this Madhavendra Puri, he came to this place. Why did he come to this place? We will discuss that. I will read from Chaitanya Charitamrita a few translations. Going into South India, Sri Madhavendra Puri visited Remuna, where Gopinath is situated. Upon seeing the beauty of the deity, Madhavendra Puri was overwhelmed. In the corridor of the temple, from which people generally view the deity, Madhavendra Puri chanted and danced. So he performed ecstatic Sankirtana in the front of Gopinath deity. Who performed? Madhavendra Puri. Then he sat down there and asked a Brahmana what kind of foods they offered to the deity. From the excellence of the arrangements, Madhavendra Puri understood by deduction that only the best food was offered. Madhavendra Puri thought, I shall inquire from the priest what foods are offered to Gopinath, so that by making arrangements in our kitchen, we can offer similar foods to Sri Gopal. Actually, Madhavendra Puri had found a deity of Gopalji in Govardhan. When we go to Vrindavan, we hear that pastime. And near Govardhan, there is also the Bhajan Kutir of Srila Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri was a sannyasi of the highest order. He had one vow, he had one principle. He will not go and beg food from anybody. He would simply sit under a tree in his Bhajan Kutir in Vrindavan Dham and he would simply keep chanting Hare Krishna mantra, and whoever would come voluntarily and offer something to him, he would accept that as Krishna's mercy. He would not go and beg. That was his principle. So because of this vow, for many days together, Madhavendra Puri would not eat or drink anything. He would simply sit and chant. Once in a while, some Brajavasis would come and offer something, some butter or some yogurt, something, and he would accept that. One day, a cowherd boy, a young, beautiful cowherd boy, came to this Madhavendra Puri and said, "Oh Madhavendra Puri Goswami, please accept this milk." He brought a pot of milk and he gave to Madhavendra Puri. And Madhavendra Puri was so happy to see the beauty of this small boy. Something is unusual with this boy. He's not an ordinary cowherd boy. He could understand. So he accepted the milk pot and just handing over the milk pot, the boy ran away. So Madhavendra Puri drank the milk. He felt it was like nectar. And he wanted to hand over the pot back to the cowherd boy, but the boy had gone away. So he was waiting there when this boy will come. Now, that night when Madhavendra Puri slept, that same cowherd boy came in his dream and said, "I am Gopala. I was waiting for you for a long time. I am hidden under the bushes of Govardhan. Please take me out and make a temple for me and worship me." So this was the instruction given by Gopala. So Madhavendra Puri called all the villagers and they found out in the bushes, they found out a deity, beautiful deity of Gopala. So Madhavendra Puri installed that Gopala deity on the Govardhan hill and he performed a special abhishekam. All the villagers brought pots of water, they brought various preparations and they offered to Gopala. A big festival, Annakuta festival was celebrated. And from that day onwards, the Gopala deity was being worshipped there by Madhavendra Puri every day. One day what happened, this Madhavendra Puri again received a dream. And the same Gopala deity said, "I am very happy that you have worshipped me, but I am feeling very hot." Just like all of us are feeling hot. Because of the scorching sun, I am feeling very hot. If you can go to Jagannath Puri and get first class sandalwood and first class camphor, and if you can apply on my body, I will feel very cool, I will feel very happy. So Madhavendra Puri, next day morning after Mangalarati of Gopala, he set out to Jagannath Puri. Along with some people he set out. So actually no, he set out alone. He went alone by barefoot. He started walking from Vrindavan, Govardhan Dham towards Nilachal Dham. Okay. Now on the way, Madhavendra Puri visited this temple of Remuna. So he saw beautiful deity of Gopinath and he performed Sankirtan. He became very ecstatic and the local Brahmanas were all surprised. This sannyasi is singing and dancing. He is displaying so much ecstatic symptoms. He is not an ordinary person. He is a pure devotee. They could all understand. And Madhavendra Puri inquired from the local Brahmana, "Can you please tell what all different kinds of foodstuffs do you prepare and offer as bhoga to this Gopinath deity?" So by hearing the descriptions, he could make out that these are all very, very special items. So if I can also go back to Govardhan in our kitchen of Gopalji, if we can also make such beautiful, wonderful items and offer to Gopala, it will be so good.
Murti will be having prasadam here itself, so we have
What
to
time?
now another 5
Okay. 10 minutes will finish. So Madhavendra Puri had this desire that I should also, if I can get to taste, it will be nice, I can also go and prepare. So then, when the Brahmana priest was questioned about this matter, he explained in detail what kinds of foods were offered to the deity of Gopinath. The Brahmana priest said, "In the evening, the deity is offered sweet rice in 12 earthen pots, big earthen pots full of sweet rice. Because the taste is as good as nectar, Amrita, it is called Amrita Keli. This sweet rice is celebrated throughout the world as Gopinath Kshira. It is not offered anywhere else in the world." Meanwhile, while Madhavendra Puri was talking with the Brahmana priest, the sweet rice was placed before the deity of Gopinath for offering. Hearing this, Madhavendra Puri thought in this way within his mind, "If without my asking a little sweet rice is given to me, I can then taste it and make a similar preparation to offer to my Lord Gopala. I don't want to ask because that is his vow, right? He will not beg. Without asking if I can get this Amrita Keli, this sweet rice, then I can learn how it is tasting and I can go and prepare a similar sweet rice for my Gopala. Madhavendra Puri became greatly ashamed the very next moment when he desired to taste the sweet rice, because it is not yet offered. How can a devotee desire to taste that which is not yet offered? The offering was just brought in front of Gopinath deity, it was not yet offered, and Madhavendra Puri desired to taste it. So he became very ashamed. Oh, this is not correct. I should not have desired to taste because it is not yet offered. So he immediately began to think of Lord Vishnu. While he was thinking of Lord Vishnu, the offering was completed and the Arati ceremony began. And after the Arati was finished, Madhavendra Puri offered his obeisances to the deity and then left this temple. He did not say any more to anyone. He silently left this place to some other place. So Madhavendra Puri, we know he was not begging. So Madhavendra Puri left the temple and sat down in the village marketplace, which was vacant. Sitting there, he began to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. In the meantime, the temple priest put the deity to take rest. He finished his daily duties and he also went home to take rest. That night, in the dream of that temple priest, Lord Gopinatha appeared and he said, "O priest, please get up and open the door of the temple immediately. I have kept one pot of sweet rice for the sannyasi Madhavendra Puri. This pot of sweet rice is just behind my cloth curtain in the altar. You did not see it because of my tricks. The sannyasi named Madhavendra Puri is sitting in the vacant marketplace. Please take this pot of sweet rice from behind me and deliver it to him immediately." So it was late night. That was the order given by the deity of Gopinath. That means Gopinatha, out of the 12 pots of sweet rice, one pot he stole and kept it behind him for giving to Madhavendra Puri. Because he knew Madhavendra Puri will not ask anybody, but he has a desire to taste this sweet rice. And just like pure devotees are always eager to fulfill all the desires of the Lord is very eager to fulfill the desires of his pure devotees. So for the sake of his pure devotee Madhavendra Puri, to fulfill his desire, the Lord stole one pot of sweet rice. That is why he came to be known as Kshira Chora Gopinatha. Awaking from the dream, the priest immediately rose from bed and took a bath, entered the deity room. He opened the door of the temple and according to the deity's direction, he found that a pot of sweet rice was behind the cloth curtain behind the deity. He removed the pot, mopped up the place where it had been kept. He then went out of the temple. He closed the door of the temple and he went to the village marketplace. He called out in every stall in search of Madhavendra Puri. Holding the pot of sweet rice, the priest called out, "Who is Madhavendra Puri, the great sannyasi? Please come and take this pot. Gopinatha has stolen this pot of sweet rice for your sake. Will that sannyasi whose name is Madhavendra Puri please come and take this pot of sweet rice and enjoy the prasadam with great happiness? You are the most fortunate person within these three worlds." Like this, he was calling out in the marketplace, "Who is this Madhavendra Puri? Please come, please come." Like this. Hearing this, Madhavendra Puri came. He told, "I am Madhavendra Puri." The priest delivered the pot of sweet rice and offered his obeisances to Madhavendra Puri by offering Dandavat. Then the whole story was narrated by the priest to Madhavendra Puri in great detail. Madhavendra Puri, upon hearing this, became fully ecstatic. "Oh, the Lord has stolen for my sake Earlier he stole butter in Vrindavan. Now he has stolen sweet rice for the sake of his devotees in Remuna, for the sake of my sake. Upon hearing this, Madhavendra Puri became ecstatic. He displayed symptoms of ecstasy and the priest was struck with wonder. He understood that this is not an ordinary sadhu. That is why the Lord has taken the trouble of stealing sweet rice for him. Then the priest again offered obeisances, returned to the temple. Madhavendra Puri ate that entire sweet rice and then he washed that pot, broke that pot into pieces, took a cloth, tied that pieces of that broken pot, kept it with him. Every day he would eat one small piece. One small piece of that broken pot he would eat every day. Because this is personally touched by Krishna, it is not ordinary. He was eating and he was overwhelmed with ecstasy. So, in this way, Madhavendra Puri began to think, the Lord has given me a pot of sweet rice, and when in the morning, when this news will spread in this town, all the people will come in great crowds to see me, and I don't want to attract everybody's attention. So, in this way, he offered obeisances to Gopinath. Overnight, Madhavendra Puri left this Remuna, started walking towards Jagannath Puri. Right? There he saw Lord Jagannath, became overwhelmed with ecstasy. There, with the help of local king, he got a huge quantity of sandalwood and camphor, and in truck, in bullock cart, he loaded it and he came back and he reached this place of Remuna. Right? Again, that Gopala deity of Govardhan came in his dream and said, I am residing in Remuna. In Remuna I am present as Gopinath. There is no difference between Gopala and Gopinath. All the sandalwood paste and camphor that you have brought, you can offer to Gopinath deity here in Remuna. So, Madhavendra Puri made sandalwood paste and offered to Remuna Gopinath deity. So, in this way, Srila Madhavendra Puri, who is such an exalted personality, he came here, he received the blessings and reciprocations of Gopinatha, for whose sake Gopinatha stole the sweet rice and became Kshirchor Gopinath. He is not an ordinary person. Shri Kshirchor Gopinath ki, Srila Madhavendra Puri Pad ki, Shri Remuna Dham ki, Shri Sita Ramachandra Bhagwan ki, Vishwa Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also visited this place. Nityananda Prabhu visited this place. So it is very special. We are all very fortunate for having received an opportunity to have darshan of Kshirachora Gopinath. And all of us have received special Amrita Keli Kshira Prasadam of Kshirachor Gopinath. Hari Hari Bo. So we will all honor the Prasadam and we will all come assemble here this side. All these devotees will be honoring Prasadam here. Please come. Hare Krishna. Are we going to have here only? We can have, no?